What's up you guys, it's Ben and welcome to my channel where we talk about everything there is relating to Amazon, selling on Amazon, making passive income and finally achieving financial freedom. So, for today's video, I want to talk to you about selling on Amazon versus building your own brand and your own website. There are so many YouTubers out there that will basically tell you you need to start off selling on Amazon, but then make sure you build that traffic and make sure you take that traffic away from Amazon and build your own website, your own brand of products where you can make more money, less fees, and that's how you build your brand and that's how you make money long term. And I wanted to speak to you a little bit more about selling on Amazon, the pros and the cons, selling on your own website, the pros and the cons, and actually is it the best way to make long-term money by building your own brand? Is that the best way, or are there any other business opportunities out there? Because I'm here to tell you that there are, and if you watch until the end of the video, I'll give you a few ideas as to what I think you should get involved in terms of businesses going forward once you have made sure that your selling on Amazon business is a success and you're continuously making money by selling on Amazon. So let's get started. The first things first is let's have a look at third-party selling, okay, which effectively is selling on Amazon and the benefits of it. The first one is clearly there is low barrier to entry. Effectively anyone can start, unlike building a massive business where it takes you a lot of money, a lot of time, speaking to the government, getting approvals. Here you can start off with as little as £500. okay, all you have to do is build up your own business, make your own business bank account, speak to the Chinese suppliers to ship your products onto the UK marketplace, and you can start selling straight away. The second one is you have a higher chance of success. Now that doesn't mean you will succeed, however it makes sure the chance of you successfully making money and successfully making profit are much higher than, let's say, opening up a restaurant or having a high street retail store or having anything else, basically, because in terms of probability of you losing money, especially with a mentor, especially with your product research that you would do, is much lower than it would be elsewhere. And quite frankly, even with the products that I have failed to launch and I haven't been able to continue to sell for long term, I still was able to break even and make my money back going forward. The next is the fact that you're selling on Amazon. The customers are already there. They're prepared there to buy, okay? Now, they're not there to look around. They're there with their credit cards to make purchases and make their buying decisions. And that's amazing because there are no any other website out there that has those sorts of customers that are so willing to buy straight away. And second and last, I guess, is a lot of people actually underappreciate the fulfilling by Amazon services that they provide. They have spent billions into this, basically making sure that when you send your products off to their warehouses, you don't have to do absolutely anything at all, okay? They will make sure that they will store your products, they will safely store your products, they will pick and pack your products, and they will send them out to make sure that the customers will receive it within a day. You don't have to deal anything about delivery complaints, you don't have to worry about anything about storage, safety, anything at all. That all comes in as part of selling on Amazon. However, there are quite a few negatives, and let's talk about them. So the first one is lack of control. At the end of the day, given the fact that you're selling on Amazon, they control your listing, they control your everything that you put on the website, okay? So they can easily take your listing down, suppress your account, potentially change your pricing if they think you're pricing too high, or they can just suspend your account and say that you need to change your pricing. They have more control than you ideally would like. The second is you have a low brand visibility. Amazon's main purpose on Amazon is to make money for themselves. It's not to make money for you, it's to make money for themselves. And therefore, the whole website is littered with advertisings about their own branded products, their own services, the Amazon Prime, various other things. So therefore, if you're trying to build a brand by purely selling on Amazon, it's going to be quite difficult to do because Amazon comes first. Next is the higher competition. Your product effectively will be right next to other products, other competing products that are very similar to yours. Therefore, you need to make sure that your listing is on point. You need to make sure that your product pictures are brilliant and stand out. And you also make sure that your pricing is competitive. Otherwise, you will be lost in the crowd. Okay, and last but not least, the fees. Okay, given the fact Amazon is so convenient for us sellers and we don't have to worry anything about storage, safety, pick and pack, any of that stuff, we do have fees to pay. Okay, we have advertising fees to pay, we have their using their website fees to pay, we have their fulfillment fees to pay. Basically, what that means is out of the whole 100% of your business, 30% of the revenue is going to go to Amazon, 35% is going to go to the Chinese suppliers, and then 30% is going to be left as profit for you going forward. Now, let's talk about building your own brand and what are the benefits of that. First and foremost, you have total control, okay? You have your own website. That means people that are clicking on your website are clicking on your name, they're looking at your products, they're looking at your prices. And therefore, which takes me to my second point, is you're building customer loyalty, okay? People will start to recognize your brand over time. They will look for your brand over time. Unlike Amazon, where there are millions of products out there, they cannot look elsewhere on your website. There are only your products to choose from. And that is good because effectively there is less competition. You are able to inflate your prices. There are less fees to pay. And it's a big benefit in the long term because there is no one you're competing with. You can store customer data. You can launch products and therefore send them emails, etc., etc. Various things that you cannot do if you're selling on Amazon. And last but not least is it's easier to sell. Easier to sell the actual business because a lot of business owners out there want to build up a brand, build up a loyal customer base, and then sell off the whole thing, sell off the whole business so they can, reap the rewards of their hard work. That is a lot easier to do if you're a brand builder, if you have your own website, everything else, as opposed to if you're selling on Amazon. Okay, however, there are a few negatives, and the first one is you're starting at ground zero. There are no customers. Nobody knows what you are. Nobody knows what you do. Nobody knows your name. Therefore, it's going to take a lot of time to make sure, a lot of time and sweat and tears and really a lot of hard work to build your brand. Okay, build up the social media, make sure you have an Instagram page, make sure you have a Twitter page, your LinkedIn page, your Facebook page, and making sure you continuously put up-to-date content on those pages to advertise your brand as much as possible. And that is a lot of time and a lot of effort. Next, there's a much higher barrier to entry. Unlike with Amazon, where you can spend £500 and start selling, here you have to, because your branded products will require their name, you require your packaging, you require your logo. The suppliers will ask you to make at least a minimum order quantity, most of the time, of at least 1,000 products. And that will cost you, okay? It will cost you at least a few £1,000s to start off with, and with no sales data, no sales history, not only it makes a higher barrier to entry, but also a higher risk as well. And then last but not least, it's a much longer time to build, okay? This, because you're starting from scratch, you are going to take time. You're not going to be making thousands and thousands of millions from the very beginning unless you have an amazing celebrity to endorse you from the very beginning. So be prepared to put in a lot of time and effort and sweat and tears effectively without much reward, okay? So what are my thoughts? Now, in my opinion, effectively, if you are looking to build a brand, you really need to be passionate about the products that you're selling. You really need to be prepared to put in a lot of time into building that brand and working for very little income to make sure that that brand succeeds. In my opinion, if you have a full-time job, it's really difficult to build a brand from scratch part-time, okay? The only brand that I can come up with, that I can think of, that has done this successfully is Gymshark, where Ben Francis in Birmingham was selling pizzas and was answering customer queries on his moped, delivering pizzas. And that is very, very hard to do, and that is very unlikely for you to do. How many brands out there do you know that have done this? Like I said before, besides Gymshark, I can't think of another one. So be prepared to put in a lot of time. Now, if your main goal and your main objective is to make as much money as possible, you're telling me that you are not worrying about, you're not passionate about anything that you're selling, you just want to make money, you just want to be financially free, then I'm here to tell you that building your own brand is stupid. Okay, there are much better ways out there to make money that will require a lot less time and a lot less effort on your behalf. Okay, when it comes to me, and in my opinion, I want to make as much money as possible by sacrificing the least amount of time. I do have my own brand on Amazon. However, it's a generic brand that is only there to basically protect myself from Chinese counterfeits, from IP infringement claims, etc. I'm not selling anything on my website. I'm not selling anything on a high street retail store. I'm selling on Amazon purely because it is the best way to make passive income and be financially free without sacrificing all of your time. And there are many other business models out there that can do the exact same thing. Building a brand is not the way to go forward if you want to be rich and have time to yourself, to family, to children, to friends, etc. Okay, so what are those ways? The first way is continue doing what you're doing. If you're selling on Amazon and it's working for you, continue selling on Amazon. If it's not broke, do not fix it. You'd be surprised how much money you can make by selling on Amazon once you have 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 products out there. Okay, just be patient, continue to research, continue bringing out new products, and you will see those sales grow over time. The second, stock market and investing. I was able to start off this year and benefit quite a lot from the COVID-19 March crash by investing a lot of money when the market has crashed tremendously, and now I'm seeing my gains quadruple, triple, double over time. Okay, now it did take a bit of time for me to learn and study the markets in the very beginning. However, now that I've invested the money, all I have to do is just check on my portfolio here and there. It does not require me to speak on social media, build out content, various of those other things that you would have to do by building your own brand. So you are effectively making money, but with a lot less effort. Now, the next thing is going into the property market, like house flipping, for example, and which basically means you're buying up a property, you're investing your capital, you're investing money into doing up that property and then selling it for a profit. Now, it will take time and it will take effort, but it's nowhere near as much as building your own brand. And I would argue that you'll probably be able to make much more money faster than building your own brand as well. You can also buy your property, do it up, and then rent it out and have passive income coming to you every single month. And then last but not least, angel investing. Now, most of you probably have not heard of this, but basically this is investing into your local businesses, into your friends and family businesses, being a silent partner and making money and taking some of the profits. My friend that has made money from selling on Amazon over the last year is now looking to invest into his local private gym, where he's going to buy a few treadmills, quite a few pieces of equipment, redecorate the place, and then be a silent partner to the actual owners of the gym and take a percentage of the profits. It will take him quite a bit of effort in the very beginning by being involved, but then after effectively you just see a paycheck after paycheck coming in every single month. So I hope you guys found this video useful. If you thought that building a brand is the only way for you to go forward to make money, I hope you now know that that is no longer the case. If you're here just to make as much money as possible, there are many investment opportunities and business opportunities out there. So make sure not to follow all of this sort of generic YouTuber logic that, if you're selling on Amazon, you have to start selling on your own website. That is not the case. Once you have money, you can potentially go into other business opportunities out there. Okay, so if you did like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. There's going to be a lot more content to come about selling on Amazon, what it's really like, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and also what to do with your money once you are successful. So please watch the space. There'll be a lot more videos to come. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.